Welcome to the Chorus Podcast. My name is Milan Pierre and I'm your host. And today I'm here with FAU men's basketball player Michael Forrest. How are you?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the course. Do you have any updates for us? What you've been up to?
Uh, taking a lot of pictures, a lot of pictures, signing a lot of autographs.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, welcome. This podcast I started, it's called The Course, just talking about different athletes' journeys and what got them to where they are today. And this first volume I named The Florida Water, where I just sit down with athletes that are putting Florida on the map. And I wanted to contact you and get you on this because I feel like you're doing that. So, yeah. So, you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Um, I'm from Lauderhill, Florida. I went to Blanche Ely High School, which is like 20 minutes from my house. Um, I ended up committing to FAU. My coach May had came. I was one of his first recruits, but he came in kind of late to the recruiting process. So I he ended up convincing me to take a visit, and then I took the visit, and I just really fell in love with the school. So yeah.
So, where did you go to middle school in Florida?
Middle school was Sawgrass Springs Middle.
Okay, okay, and then you went to Blanche Ely.
Yeah.
And so, when did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball when I was like 5 or 6.
Okay, and was it
Yeah.
always just basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I played other sports, but basketball has just been like the sport that just stuck with me the most.
And was there like ever a time when you were like, this is what I want to stick with? Like when you're like, oh, I'm really good at this. This is where I want to like go.
Um, at first, when I first started playing, it was just more about just having fun and connecting with my friends. But when I really got to high school, and I saw like my progression, how good I was getting, I was like, I feel like I can do this for real. So I took it a little bit more serious, and then things just been taking off for me.
So when you got to Blanche Ely, I know you were a Broward County Player of the Year,
Yeah.
and you led them to a state title. So how was that?
That was amazing. Just the group of guys that I was with, they made everything that much more special.
Do you keep in contact with them or?
Oh yeah, of course. We talk me and like the starting five talk almost every day. And
Oh,
then like
really?
everyone, yeah, and everyone else we talk like maybe once a month, twice a month. It's we all still like one big family.
That's good. So so that would you say that was your favorite memory? Was there ever like another memory you love to remember? Like,
Man, just this past month playing in March Madness, that's my favorite memory. Oh,
okay.
man.
All right, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So you said you were one of his first recruits at FAU. So what was that recruiting process like?
Um, all right, well, a little backstory. He called me like maybe 2, 3 hours after he got the job.
Hmm.
And he just told me like he heard a lot of good things about me and he watched a little bit of film on me. He said he wanted to take me up there for a visit. So I ended up coming on the visit and then I ended up like playing with the previous team that was there. So we were hooping there and then eventually he took us upstairs to like he took me and like two other recruits to come upstairs and like speak to him about like the experience. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I look to my left, look to my right. They didn't want to say nothing. So I'm like, Coach May, this was not it. This doesn't look like Division 1 basketball because I visited other schools and like I compared like the other schools to the FAU and it just wasn't the same. Like they had great players, but it just wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me like yeah, he's getting rid of like most of the guys, maybe like two or three are gonna stay, and he told me all the other guys he was recruiting. So I just committed on blind faith really, just
Really?
having trust in him because he seemed like a genuine coach and he reminded me a lot of like my high school coach and my AAU coach. So it just felt like a no-brainer to sign with him.
So it was really him that sold you. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't anything with the school or
No, I mean, it's South Florida, so like South Florida sells itself.
right, right,
I'm from South Florida, so it didn't really like phase me because
right.
I'm down here. So it was really the coach.
So then once you started playing, were you comfortable with everything? Were you like, okay, this he knows what he's doing? Or was it kind of just like it took time?
It definitely took time. Since we had a whole new group of guys, Coach May really just put the ball in my hands and say go, learn from your mistakes. So it was a lot of ups and downs. that first year, but I put stuck through it, stayed consistent, stayed in the film room, on the court. So really, I'm really happy of where it started and where I'm ending it.
That's good. So, from that recruiting process, getting into college, from high school to college, how was that transition? Was it hard? Like just outside of basketball, like how was everything with that transition?
That transition was definitely hard because most of my friends like they went off to school or they stayed home and just worked. So
Right.
for me to like stay home but still be like in a college, it was kind of like
Mm.
why is he staying home? Like everyone wants to go away for college, but definitely like having to like talk to people, talk to new people, and just get outside my shell and just just talk and try and make genuine friendships. That was really tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you go home a lot or were you just still at FAU?
Oh no, I stayed on FAU that whole year just because my parents wouldn't let me bring my car to campus because
Mm,
they wanted me to like stay here and just
right.
feel everything out. So I just stayed on campus and I actually loved it. So it was amazing.
That's good. And so what was your mentality throughout the years? Like, did you like with your game, like was it ever up? Was it ever down? Like what would you describe your mentality as?
Um, Definitely just compete, be a dog on the court because at the end of the day, if you don't do your job, like someone else is gonna do your job for you. So I just came with that chip on my shoulder just to know like just to play like the best and just keep that mindset that yeah, you're the best on the court. So yeah.
And were there ever any setbacks, like anything where it was just hard for you to push through? Like was there ever a moment?
Oh yeah, several moments. My freshman year, just trying to adjust to the coaching because Coach May, he was more of like he wouldn't just like completely yell at you and just be like, you gotta do this, this, and this. He's nitpicking your brain, asking you why you did this, why you did that, and it was just kind of a big adjustment for you because you gotta actually understand what he's saying. He's not just
Right.
giving.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So now you made it to the tournament. You had
Yeah.
this amazing season. So from the beginning, what was your mentality for this year?
Um, just to be a leader, just because I know I was the only senior on the team, and I felt like all the guys were looking up to me just to lead by example or lead by talking, whichever one they needed me to do. So just coming in trying to influence the guys to play hard and always compete for every possession and just staying in their air about staying consistent. So yeah, that was really my plan for this year, just to lead.
So how did you do that as a leader? Like, was there anything you did specifically, or it was just like day by day?
Day by day everything changed.
Mhm.
Sometimes for practice we run the whole time. So,
Yeah.
you as a leader, you got to be in the front every time. So
Mhm.
I'm either leading the sprints or I'm in front of the line for all the drills that we're doing or, just in the film room trying to point out like what the guys can do better instead of doing this move to that move at this time, stuff like that.
Mhm. And then after the regular season, you guys won the conference championship. So how was that?
That was amazing. Oh my goodness. Just being out there and just seeing all the confetti drop, like it just felt like a movie. So that was really amazing. And my family came to see the game too, so it made it that much more special.
That's amazing. Okay, so then to the tournament, the games kept going, you kept winning, but people counted you out. So what would you say pushed you after hearing all that?
Um, all the hate and all the doubters, saying we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing that, that really just fueled the fire because I remember like the first two games I played, like I wasn't really playing so hot and everyone was in my ear saying, do
Mhm.
this, do this, do that, do that. I'm just like I just learned to just tune everything out and just play my game. So that next game when we came, I just caught fire. So and it
Mhm.
was just straight rolling from there.
So, like it's hard to bounce back from games where you just feel like you didn't do your best. And like for me as an athlete, like I know it's important to be consistent and you gotta shut things out. So like was there anything you did before you're just like, what, I gotta pick this up?
Yeah, when we were in New York, I actually like, all the city lights and stuff. That was like kind of messing with me because
Yeah.
South Florida we don't have all the lights like that. So I walked to Central Park and I was just really chilling out there, listening to music, trying to just feel like I'm back at home. So
Mm.
that definitely helped a lot just to clear my head from all the screens and all the extra overwhelming stuff. So that helped a lot.
So then going into games, were you like, do you like listen to music? Like, what do you do to calm yourself down for the big games?
Um, it depends on how I'm feeling. Like sometimes I gotta listen to some music. Sometimes I'm in the car and I just ride without music and just
Yeah.
just chill. So
Uh-huh.
like for the games, I'm always like really excited. So I gotta find a way to like calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you superstitious or?
Not really, nah.
Yeah.
But a whole bunch of like my friends are. So like when they were watching the game, they would sit in a chair in a certain position, and we won. So they went back the next game and sat in the same way. So it was just that was funny.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then going to the game against Kansas State, you had those free throws. So what was running through your head during those seconds, those last seconds?
And I was just like, I gotta come through for my team, because our coach had just put me in. I'm fresh off the bench, so I'm like, all
Right.
right, I can make two free throws. Like it ain't that big of a deal. Like I
Right.
shoot free throws every day. So when I stepped up to the line, like, people are the guys like the line trying to talk in your ear and stuff, you just tune it out, boom, hit one. Now you got your confidence going. So you step back
Right.
up to the line and hit another one. So yeah,
And when you won that game, like
man, that was amazing. Just finally realizing that we were going to the Final Four and we have a chance to win the national championship. Like that's something like I dreamed of my whole life. So just to be able to be in that position was like it was amazing.
in that locker room, it was jumping. Like I know,
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Everybody was super excited just because of all the stuff that we went through the whole season. And then I felt like everyone was kind of dependent on me to be like, all right, Mike, we need you to like get back into everything. So
Right.
my teammates really helped out a lot with that too.
And I know y'all call yourselves the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
So what is that? Where does that come from?
All right, that the Beach Boys, that comes from we played Western Kentucky, so we beat them at our place, and then we're on our way to their place to play them, and then I guess the coach said something about us being soft and not playing hard and just trying to be like all freelancing and stuff. He called us Beach Boys because we our school's in Florida, so the beach is
Right.
right there. So we kind of took that as and put like a chip on our shoulder, be like, all right, we Beach Boys, but don't worry, we dogs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So then after that game against Kansas State, what was your mentality going to the Final Four game?
Do whatever it takes to win because you're right on the brink of success and just being the best team in the country. So whatever the team needs to win, whether it's me hitting a shot, me locking somebody up,
Mhm.
grabbing a rebound, just hustle plays, just doing something to affect the game.
That's good. So if you could describe this whole season from beginning to end in one word, what would you say?
Man, that's amazing. Amazing. Just because of all the stuff that we accomplished like throughout the season. We had a 20 game win streak. We were ranked, I think, 23 or 24 in the country for a few weeks, and then we just kept rolling from there. So it was just amazing. It's really what I to say the least. We really made history.
That's you did. Y'all actually did it. Y'all did that. No, that's cool. But what's next for you? Like what's your next steps?
Right now my name is currently in the NBA draft, but I'm also about to sign with an agent to look at overseas options as well.
Okay, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. And what would you say like your motivation has been through the years, going forward? Like what's kept you pushing to just want to continue to do good things?
Um, Definitely my parents and my grandma, just because my parents have been there with me through everything. So it's like if you let yourself down, you're really letting them down. You can't let your
Right,
parents. No one wants to let their parents down.
right.
And then with my grandma, like she's not in like the best living situation, so I kind of put it on my shoulders, be like, all right, I'm gonna get you this house and just make sure you're living straight for the rest of your life.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, like you said, you're from Broward. So you have to continue to put Broward on the map and just
Yeah.
make them shine. So why do you think it's so important to do that?
Just because just to show like the kids in Broward, like it's possible. Like your dreams aren't far fetched. They're not far away from you. You just gotta work at it and be consistent with it. So I just want to be like one of those guys that the kids look up to and just be like, if he can do it, I can do it too, you know?
Right, right. And do you have any advice for those kids looking up to you? Because you have a lot.
Yeah.
So
Um. Just work at whatever you're doing, whether it's in school or sports. Like you just got to be obsessed with it, have a passion for it, because if you don't, you'll end up getting left behind. So just work hard and have fun with it, because at the end of the day, like if you're not having fun, it makes no sense to do it.
Mhm, definitely. Have you gone back to Ely? Have you visited the school and nothing?
Um, Throughout the years, I haven't visited. After the season ended, it's just been pretty hectic, but
Yeah,
I plan on going back this summer. Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of noise.
yeah, I'm already knowing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on this episode with me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys
Thank you, bro.
go follow him on all his platforms, stay up to date with what he's doing, and follow the course on all our platforms, and like, comment, and subscribe. And do you have anything else to say before you go?
Oh man, it's just a blessing to be here, man. I'm really happy. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again. And make sure y'all tune in the next week to watch our next episode on Monday. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. See y'all later. Bye. Favorite color?
Right.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Breakfast.
Favorite movie?
Fast and Furious.
Favorite show?
Boondocks.
Favorite song?
Dang, I have a favorite artist, Lil Wayne.
Okay. Favorite dessert?
Definitely cheesecake.
What kind of cheesecake?
It doesn't matter. Cheesecake, all cheesecake is good.
Favorite restaurant?
I don't have a favorite restaurant.
Favorite player?
Favorite player, Dwayne Wade.
Favorite season of the year?
Summer,
Favorite team?
Miami Heat.
Favorite food?
Steak,
Favorite brand?
Nike.
Favorite word in another language?
I don't know.
I move so far.
You don't know
in time.
any
I've been moved up
Nah,
in
I mean,
any
I,
other
my,
language?
my family
I feel
is
so
from Jamaica,
in
so
dry.
they talk
I've
all the
been
time,
moved
but I
up
don't
in time.
You're Jamaican? So what in patois? What's your favorite word in
I move
patois?
so far
I can't
in
tell you.
time. I move so far
Oh.
in time.
Does it start with
I've
a
been
B?
moved up in
I'm Jamaican too, so I'm already knowing the word.
in time.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't even know you were Jamaican though. That's fine.
Yeah.